two titans, one legacy. The Samsung Ultra series has always been the best, with Samsung pushing the limits in terms of innovation and hardware upgrades. Today we're diving deep side by side, the S25 Ultra and the S23 Ultra camera. We're going into the details of the camera changes as well as comparing pictures so you can see if it's worth an upgrade or not. Before we go into the details, let's compare the specs. Both of them share the same 200 megapixel camera, the same 12 megapixel ultra wide camera lens, as well as the same 3x telephoto lens. But S25 Ultra comes with a super telephoto 5x, which replaces the 10x that used to be on the S23 Ultra. Is this an upgrade or a downgrade? We'll find out when we get into the camera compare in details. So we're going to look at the selfies, we're going to look at the main camera, the 3x shots, the 5x shots, the 10x shots, as well as the portrait shots. So feel free to skip along on the video to wherever section you're most interested in. Thank you as you follow along.
Talking about selfies, S25 Ultra seems to have a better skin tone and it's kind of more detailed. The colors are a little bit muted, but I think that's what's best. Personally, I feel like it shows the true tone of someone with a dark skin better compared to what we have on S23 Ultra. For S23 Ultra, it seems to be a lot more saturated with a lot more flattery in the look. S25 Ultra seems to do a better job with light control. If you look at this shot, S23 Ultra has a lot of flare with the light, whereas S25 Ultra is doing a better job. Also in this shot, S23 Ultra is having a lot of reflections compared to S25 Ultra, which handled the lightning better. Both cameras take great pictures in 3x, but I find the shots of S25 Ultra to be very detailed with a lot of contrast. As you can see on the flower, there's a lot of more vibrance and life on the picture. If you take a look at the shots in this car, you can see S25 Ultra having a lot more dynamic range, especially on the back wheel of the tire. I find that the colors look also more true to life. On the S23 Ultra, it feels like there's a bluish tint, and that is quite obvious if you look at the background fence and the background gate. This shot is another good example of that bluish tint on the entire camera for S23 Ultra. For me, the S23 Ultra took the win here, with the S25 Ultra struggling every time. On the S23 Ultra, the subject is clearly in focus with a very nice background block. On the S25 Ultra, it was just focusing on the background. At 5x zoom, the S25 Ultra keeps its edge with better contrast, more natural colors, and clearer shadow details. Thanks to its dedicated zoom lens, the quality is just better. The S23 Ultra uses a digital zoom, so you do lose some detail for 5x shots. S25 Ultra surprisingly took the win for the 10x pictures. As you can see clearly, it's just a better picture overall. Even though the S25 has digital zoom, it's not a dedicated telephoto lens with optical zoom, but it wins the 10x shots clearly. There's not much going on in 3x portraits except for S23 Ultra is more saturated and S25 Ultra is a little bit more detailed, with the portrait shots coming out with better edge detection. On paper, both cameras have a 12 megapixel camera. S25 has better color consistency across all the lens and improved HDR with better looking pictures that look more natural. And I see that holds true for this picture. The dynamic range is much better. For this picture, S23 Ultra is much brighter, as you can see in the shadow details at the background with the trees. I would say there's no clear winner in this category. It all boils down to little software differences between both of them.
So in conclusion, here are my thoughts, right? S25 Ultra is undoubtedly the winner of majority of the comparison that we had to do. Even though it shares the same lens with the S23 Ultra for the main camera, for the ultra wide camera, and for the 3x telephoto, it just does produce better results overall compared to S23 Ultra. The pictures have better contrast, it has better lightning exposure, it has better dynamic range. So it just shows that Samsung has been refining S25 Ultra, and if you had to pick one of the two based on camera features alone, ignore the specs. In reality, S25 Ultra is a better camera, period. So if you've enjoyed this and you want us to do more, please take your time to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for joining us on GadgetClavis this time. My name is Olushino. See you next time. Thank you.